Excuse me.
All started very well, Sean, for the first 15, 20 minutes or so.
And then mistake in the build-up to the first goal, in which these teams do punish you. You know, if you're opening up to try and play as we were doing, on turnover, they can punish you, and they did. And then, even when they get one in front, their noses are up and they play very well, and their technical quality and their physical power comes through, and it's very difficult when teams are on the kind of form that they are. So we knew all of that. And, but they're a top side and delivered some moments today which make you realise why they're a top side.
Were you obviously disappointed with the result? Were you disappointed in the manner of the performance after that?
Not overly, because you've got to give credit to the opposition. From the stand it looks really easy now. But when you know what these guys are like, and you know what you're playing against, and you know the volumes of money that's been spent on these players, that's been spent for a reason, because of the quality. And when you know they're on form as well, beaten this season, then it makes it a big challenge. I've said many times, when you play the big teams, you need things to go in your favour. You need moments to go in your favour. You need you to play really well, them to maybe have a soft day, or some of their players to have quiet days. You need all of them things to happen. If it's a level playing field and both teams play really, really well, they win, because overall they've got more than you've got. That's just sort of the way it is. So it's just tough that we've played two teams on unbelievable form back to back, and that makes it a tough couple of games.
So, are you making it as hard as you have been for teams to get to score, to take points from you?
Well, at moments in a game, two slide past people's feet. Last season, maybe that hits their feet. From distance, two efforts from distance. Joe's played ever so well again today. He'll be scratching his head, that's for sure. So I think it's on the other hand, you could look at it. We are actually, because a part of our development is to try and say, okay, can we actually come and beat some of these teams? Well, then if you don't, there is a price to pay for that. If you open up to try and play and be progressive, then you can sometimes pay the price. But we've got to keep moving forward, because the challenge is not about these. The challenge is about being in the Premier League and moving forward. If we just stand still and accept, we could bank in, play one up front, no one runs past the ball, and just try and damage limitation and keep it down to one, say, okay, that might get you nothing, but you haven't learned anything. Because another week we're not going to play against these. We're not going to play against teams with the same athleticism, the same quality as these. Still be good sides, but not as good as these. So therefore, if you're practicing it against the best, and then you play someone who's not quite as good in theory, then you maybe make more chances, more goals, etc., etc. But if you're not practicing it ever, it's fair to say it's difficult to get better at something.
Is that mark? Looking at the sort of points taken by teams off the top six, it seems to be that the gap is growing again, hasn't it?
Well, I think the anomaly of Leicester winning the league, and obviously our hearts go out to what happened there yesterday, but the anomaly of that since then, the superpowers have got back to where they are. The Man U are the only ones, obviously they're playing today, so it might change again, but they're the only ones really who are not in a position where you think they would be. Forever spending, forever improving. They've brought on, I think it was 2 World Cup winners at the end there from the bench. It's an interesting situation. So, sometimes you've got to say, they continually push and push and push, as we do, but in a different level of the market, obviously. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Sean, do you think now you've got Robbie back and Stephen's playing a couple of games now that you finally maybe can see part of the old burden and then get your full confidence?
Well, I think that, Robbie's done great, because we were planning on probably 70 minutes, 75 minutes. He's had to finish the game because of what happened with Corky. So he's done great to get through it physically. Stephen, great to see him still working hard at the end there, his first full 90, first full 90 for the first team, sorry. So they're really positive things. Other players still adapting, still moving forward. We want to, they know the challenge, they know it's not against these. Well, it is today, you understand. We have beat these teams, by the way, make no mistake. We didn't go into it to think you can't beat them, because you can. But it is tough, that's all we're suggesting. And the form, going back to your point on the form they're in at the moment, these sides, the top sides, then of course, it's even tougher. You see, I was, seeing the highlights come in of Cardiff yesterday, and they think they're close, and it's 2-1, and you might get a sniff, and then pop, and it's dead. Because the top side's doing what top sides do. So we'll still make sense of it, but back to your point, it can be nothing but good to have people like Stephen Dyche or Robbie Brady coming back to full fitness. That's for sure.
Aaron Leonard just under the weather still.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's been ill all week and just couldn't make it. That's why I was saying if he'd have been available, maybe Robbie wouldn't have started. We'd have eased Robbie into it, but I think he's done great today. And you know, the only blot really on the game is I don't know why they need to do what they need to do. They're a great side. Why they're falling all over the place and why Williams diving in the box. I don't know why. I don't know why. You don't need to do that. That was the only thing that I was disgruntled with. Not them. Brilliant. I thought some of their football today was excellent. Their physical prowess, their technical quality. Don't need to worry about the rest of it, I don't think.
It tarnishes his performance. As good as he was,
Well, it's up to you to decide whether it tarnishes it, but you know my feelings on it. I just can't see it. I've seen it back. You just go, well, but it's okay because he got a yellow card, so I'll definitely stop him. Stop it happening, ever, in football. But anyway.
Will Ben play in the under-23s tomorrow?
Possibly. We'll speak with the medics today. Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.
Was that the incident with Tar?
No. Relax.
Oh, yeah.
You'll become so simple.
Thank you.